At least get it straight, Russ. What's the matter with you? Yeah, that's about right. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are finishing the electric guitar, a little project that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. I've been tinkering away with it. Took it to the paint shop. Now have it back, looking all nice and shiny and white. Can't remember what I was going to say now. Look, I'm sitting down, so I've got no way of banging my head. There's a good foot above me now, so I can literally dance around as much as I want, and I'm not going to bang my head. The only thing that will happen is when I stand up to get off of the chair, I will bang my head, guaranteed. And it does swivel as well, so you might find me just doing this, which will probably annoy you a little bit, but you have to just live with it. So back to the build. We've got the guitar body back from the paint shop. We just used aerosol to paint it. If you want to know how to paint a guitar body using aerosol, leave a comment below and I'll probably make another video showing you how to do that. I don't know if I like filming sitting down. It feels a bit weird. I feel like I should be like standing up for some reason, but hey ho, is what it is. Got my mug of tea. It's absolutely freezing, look. Loads of steam comes out. But, you know, I'm sacrificing my warm, cosy house to come out here and film this for you guys. Well, not that you give a shit anyway, to be honest with you. Nobody seems to watch them anyway, so whatever, Russ. Just crack on in the back of your garden like a weirdo talking to yourself. Silly cow's left a tea bag in it. Silly cow's left a tea bag in it. I will be having words. No, not really. I'll never lay a finger on a woman. Well, unless they ask me to. Shouldn't really be saying things like this on camera. So, my pal Mark had this guitar. It was black. It was a bit beaten up in the corners. In the 4 corners, not the 3 corners when I counted them out. And there was a bit of damage on this corner, which we repaired with a bit of filler. One of the requirements that Mark asked me to do, he said he wanted it a Union Jack on the front of the body, so you could literally mask out a Union Jack on the face of the body. Face of the body? What are you going on about, you weirdo? So if you wanted to, you could mask out a Union Jack on the front of the guitar. If you know anything about the Union Jack or the Union flag, if you want to be pedantic, I do know that it's only called a Union Jack if it's on a boat. Other than that, it's called a Union flag. There you go, lesson learned. Anyone that didn't know, you do now. If you painted it, you're going to have a ball ache because there's loads of little lines of different colours, quite in depth, so I kind of cheated a little bit. I sent away for a decal to be made. I actually ended up getting 3 of them, and the idea was, I was toying with the idea of sticking it on as it was like that and then cutting round. If you do that, you're going to end up cutting into the guitar and probably taking some of the paint off, which is what you don't want to do. So back to the drawing board. I then laid the guitar down on a bit of card, drew around the card, cut that out, stuck that on one of the sheets, cut round that, and when I put it on, it just didn't line up properly. So back to the drawing board, and then I made a cut file on Illustrator. What I did is I ended up taking a picture from above of the guitar, made the cut file around the picture, got the measurements, and it did work to a point. But obviously, because when you take a picture, you're never going to get it dead flat. There's always going to be an edge that's not quite straight. Obviously, when you put that into your cut file, it was affecting the end result. So back to the drawing board again with that one, and what I ended up doing was using that cut file, using that image, but then just drawing around with a pencil all the way around the edges of the guitar. So I've now got like a ½ centimetre gap all the way around the guitar, and then my decal on top. I've gone with the idea of a decal because Mark's told me he's not going to use this as a guitar. He might pick it up now and then and strum away, which is fine, but it's going to be more of an ornament on his wall. So decal is perfect for that. You know, it can take a bit of wear and tear, but obviously if it's just going to be sat on a wall, you know, it's going to be alright. This is my end result. This here should replicate what we've got here. When I say should, I think it does, but until something just dimmed then. Did you see that? That was weird. Ah, some of my light's just blown. Okay, it's alright. As long as you don't mind, I'll crack on. As it goes on, you're going to basically stick it on, and you just want a small edge going all the way around your guitar. I'm just going to make sure this is completely smooth. I hate lights flickering. It bugs the shit out of me, man. We're going to go full on and stick it down. I do normally have squeegees, and if that light goes, I'm going to flip. I don't want to... Really? Let's come back on now. If you haven't got a spreader, a Nando's card will work perfectly. So what we're going to do, that light's flickering again. Stop flickering, will you? We're not in a nightclub now. So we're just going to take an edge. Doesn't really matter which edge you go with. Peel back your decal. The good thing about this is you can put it on and off a little bit. So don't worry too much. Just get it on and then you can flap around with it a bit once you know where it is. This is always going to be a pain in the ass because of the shape it is. It's never going to be something that just goes on and looks pretty straight away. If it was easy, everyone would do it. I'm going to actually, even though I've got this new fancy chair, I am actually going to stand up and do this bit. This has pretty much fell on perfectly straight away, which is odd because it don't normally do things like that. So all we've got now is these two bolts that are in the face of the guitar are raised up a little bit and obviously causing a couple of bubbles. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the heat gun out and just warm it up slightly, and what that will do is that will just hug any raised object and hopefully stick to that like glue. So the good thing about the hot air gun coming out is we now have a bit of heat in the shed. Win-win. What you want to do is you don't want to burn this, you literally just want to heat it up slightly. If you feel like you're getting too hot, just pull it away for a second. What happens is you actually melt the vinyl. So you do have to be careful. I think I'm actually melting the Nando's card here, which is not good. I think I burnt my finger then. Right, so what I'm trying to do here is literally work around these bolts to try and get the glue to take to the shape. Definitely broke my Nando's card, which I'm absolutely gutted about, which is a shame. If Nando's want to send me another one, I'll be up for that. Right, so that's all stuck in quite well. Seems to look alright, if you ask me. Cool, huh? I can get back on my chair now, I suppose. Let's cut this one out. Jumping the gun a little bit there, rascal. Alright, okay. Right, so I've used my initiative here. The red wire is slightly longer than the black wire. So I'm taking it, the red wire's up here, black wire's down there, that's why it's longer. There you go. Got there in the end. And the black one will go in the same hole. It's alright sitting down, but I need to get up here, so it doesn't really quite work. So what I'm trying to do now is find the little holes. because everybody likes a little hole. The hard thing now is trying to remember where everything went. Ouch. So I'm not banging my head anymore, I'm banging my f***ing knee. Wicked. Be careful when you're screwing things back in. You don't want to round anything off. That's why I'm not using an electric screwdriver. It's getting cold again, rascal. Oh, lights just flicked again. Now it's gone off. Like a bloody disco in here. As you can tell, I can't dance. Standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down. Come on, Russ, you got a chair for a reason. Sit on it. Don't drop anything, Russ, you spaz. So what I'm doing now is just tightening up the 2 screws that hold on the thing that makes that noise. A little thing here goes over it, and then you have your little slider there, and the decal doesn't get in the way. Right, so I win the race. Alright, so it seems, oh shit, I fell over. There you go. So that is pretty fucking cool if you ask me. Rock and roll! What we're doing here, we're just making the rusty bolts look like just a bit newer. There's no point really doing this before you stick it all down because you could potentially scratch it. So I did paint the neck as well, just to tighten that up a bit. There. Something I like to do is if ever you want to keep anything together, obviously I want to know those 3 screws goes with that plate. Stick on a bit of masking tape. My fingers are starting to get cold now. I can't really feel the screws. So we're now just sticking the strap brackets, I think they're called. Hour and 5 minutes I've been doing this. Sat out in the cold for an hour and 5 minutes. Too long, man, too long. Right, that's all done. So there you have the 2 strap brackets all secured. So I'm now going to put the neck onto the guitar body. And that goes on something like that. There you go, in. Like that. And something goes over the top, doesn't it? So basically I've got 6 of these to do. They literally just slide in a hole. You got one tiny little screw that goes in this hole, and then you put like a sleeve over the top with a nut and tighten it up, and it's done. So 5 more times to do that. Well deserved hot cup of tea. Right, so we've still got 4 more to go, haven't we? So that one go, no, clean it first. I feel like a midget now. I've gone from like feeling like a giant to feeling like a midget. Or a small person. I don't think you're allowed to call them midgets anymore, yeah? Small person. You're not allowed to call anyone anything, are you? Everyone's taking the fun out of things. Jesus, I'm really big, call me a giant. You're already small, call you a midget. Come on. No harm in that. Numero 5. One more to go, guys. And now looks a little bit better, a little bit newer. So that is your neck and the head. Is it head? I don't know what this terminology for all this stuff is. It's a guitar, man. So the neck goes into the body. Alright, so we have like a base plate. Goes on there. Some really long screws go in here, and at this point you want to be careful not to break anything. Push down, slip and scratch the paint, because then you're back to square one. Probably would help if I was watching what I was doing, not looking at you. You know when it gets serious is when I stand up now. If I'm sitting down, everything's going neat, smooth and just chilling. If I stand up, I'm starting to panic. And there is the back of the guitar, and here is the front. Woo! Look at that bad boy. Down, 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 down. Bang my head, head banging, literally head banging. Look at that, Mark. You better be impressed with this. Sweat and tears have gone into this. I think Stephen's back out of hibernation. Right, so got a little bit of heat shrink as well, just to whack over the wires. So once we've soldered them, we can seal it with a bit of heat shrink to make it all isolated and look rather groovy. Steam, cold. Tea's just back on cold, but there's no tea bag in it, so we're winning so far. So, best thing to do is try and keep it the same length, just because it looks better, not for any other reason. Your OCD sometimes kicks in and says, make it match, do a good job, make it look professional. So we're going to turn on our soldering iron. Put a blob of solder on each wire, and then I'm going to put them to hold them together and just go over it, and that should just keep them joined together. Right, that should be hot enough now. So we're just going to touch your wire. Try not to breathe it in because it's not very safe. Ah, I just flicked on my fucking chin. Ah. That burnt. I've really hurt my fucking chin. I've got a metal chin now, like the Terminator. Alright, that should do for the soldering. Stinks. It's cold. So with heat shrink, you don't need a lot really, just a little bit of heat and it will start melting. Like I say, just be extra cautious while tightening these up that you don't slip, and scratch the paintwork. There we are, so that's the back on, and the guitar is looking pretty cool if I do say myself. Cut them all, buds. They come in very handy for anything other than sticking in your ears, because they say you shouldn't stick anything in your ear bigger than your finger, and then you can stick your finger wherever you want. Get some cleaning solution on this, I think. Cleaning solution. Nice spit. I presume all this dust is actually probably the guy's skin. A little bit of skin comes off and has to go somewhere. Just like the soldering smoke. Try not to breathe this shit in as well, because that can't be very good for you. Cannibalism, breathing in someone's finger dust. Let's go into that one. Right, okay, that's all the strings. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing here with this. Oh, I thought this would have been a five minute video, to be honest with you. So at the moment it's like an air guitar, so it looks a million times better than it did when you give me it. But that black grungy looking thing has now turned into this cool iconic British electric guitar look. I just got to add the strings, and then this is done. I've been struggling putting the strings on, so I don't see the point of actually sitting out here in the freezing cold trying to do that, so I'm just going to go indoors, finish it another time. So this electric guitar build is a lot of fun, something I probably would do again in the near future. See how that goes. Obviously if you've got an old electric guitar just lying around, pick it up and be a bit creative with it. You know, there's loads of things you could do, loads of designs, loads of things online that you can send away for and get something printed like this if you wanted to, or just, you know, get a paintbrush and see what you can come up with. So this is me finishing for the night because I'm absolutely freezing cold. It's like -2 degrees. I've been out here for about an hour and a half. I thought this was going to be like a 5-minute thing. Can't feel my fingers, keep dropping everything, so I'm going to call this a night. So as always guys, thank you for watching. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe somewhere down the bottom, and I will catch you in the next one.